Garaventa Evacu Trac, providing physically disabled people with an equal opportunity for emergency escape. Evacu Trac has been designed to allow the easy and safe evacuation of disabled, infirm, or injured people from multi-story buildings. It's a vital component in your overall safety program. Although Evacu Trac will be used infrequently, operators must be properly trained to ensure the safety and comfort of passengers. We recommend that at least 2 people be trained as operators, so a backup will be available if required. During these training sessions, the 2 operators should exchange roles as operator and passenger. This will give each a chance to learn how the disabled passenger might feel during an evacuation. Once both operators are proficient, they should practice again with the disabled passenger who would be using Evacu Trac in case of an emergency. This videotape is a complete operator training program. In addition to the tape, you'll need an Evacu Trac, an assistant or backup operator, and of course your owner's manual. Please follow the instructions in this video program explicitly. If you're unclear about any part of the program as we proceed, back up the tape at that point and review the segment in question. Evacu Trac is simple to use, but during an actual emergency, operation must be an automatic procedure for both the operator and the passenger. So practice sessions should be held on a regular basis. We recommend once a month to maintain proficiency. Evacu Trac is kept in a storage cabinet at upper stair landings and should always be ready to use. It's quickly and easily set up and uses a kickstand to ensure stability. Because the passenger's weight is far back over the wheels, the kickstand prevents Evacu Trac from tipping backwards. You'll notice there are no sides or arms on Evacu Trac. This allows a passenger to board from either side with equal ease. Two Velcro safety straps are provided for securing the passenger. One holds the legs in position, and the other wraps around the torso. With the kickstand down, Evacu Trac is stable on a flat surface. This is very important since it allows a single attendant to perform the evacuation. Whether the attendant is required to open a door or simply wait at a landing, no effort is involved and the passenger is comfortable. On flat surfaces, Evacu Trac can be pushed on its wheels as easily as a stroller. On stairs, the tracks securely grip the stair noses and control the descent, regardless of stair covering. While the passenger's weight propels Evacu Trac, a governor limits the maximum speed of descent, allowing even a small attendant to safely handle heavy riders. When clear of the emergency area, Evacu Trac is tipped back onto its kickstand. In this position, the passenger can safely and comfortably wait until the emergency is over. Now's a good time to pause the videotape and ensure that you have the necessary items to continue. An Evacu Trac, a backup operator who'll be your assistant, and an owner's manual. If these are all ready at hand, let the tape play through, and we'll resume in a few seconds. Okay, you should now have an Evacu Trac close at hand for operational practice, as well as an assistant and a copy of the Evacu Trac owner's manual. Briefly, the owner's manual contains important safety precautions, the terminology employed by Garaventa in a labeled diagram of Evacu Trac, complete operating instructions, storage provisions, service information, and warranty details. Please take the time to read the owner's manual upon completion of this videotape program. Before we begin with the actual operation of Evacu Trac, a few very important safety concerns. Do not use Evacu Trac on curved or spiral stairways, or on stairs that are insecure or have irregular spacing, and use extra caution on wet or slippery stairs. Do not use Evacu Trac with a passenger weighing more than 163 kilograms or 360 pounds. Because safety is our prime concern at Garaventa, we ask that you please take a moment to read carefully the points in your owner's manual under the heading Safety First. Also, before we demonstrate the operation procedure in detail, let's make sure you're totally familiar with Evacu Trac's main components. Section 2 contains a diagram of Evacu Trac and the terminology we'll use in this operator training program. Pause the tape now and take a moment to read the safety information and locate and identify each labeled component on your Evacu Trac. Resume play when you're ready to continue. Evacu Trac is designed to accommodate a variety of situations, and passengers may have a wide range of disabilities. Users in wheelchairs may or may not have the use of their arms. Others may have physical needs requiring special attention. Operators and their passengers should individually devise the best procedure for getting into and out of Evacu Trac. In some cases, you may find it beneficial to consult an occupational therapist. In our demonstration, Paul cannot use his legs, but has good upper body strength and is able to transfer from a wheelchair without assistance. In some cases involving quadriplegic passengers, an extra attendant may be required. And again, we highly recommend that you have at least one trained backup operator. As we've seen, Evacu Trac folds up for efficient storage. After removing it from the cabinet, grasp and lift the handle to an upright position. Then lift the leg support pad while pushing outward on the handle. You'll hear a distinct click as the locking mechanism engages. Using your foot, lower the kickstand, open the upper and lower safety straps, and transfer the passenger to Evacu Trac. Again, the transfer or loading procedure will depend upon the individual needs of your passenger. Wrap the lower safety strap securely and tightly around the passenger's legs. Fasten the upper safety strap securely around the passenger's body. In an actual emergency, you would wrap her arms inside the safety straps if she were injured or had no upper body control. Keeping both hands firmly on the handle, raise the kickstand. The weight of the passenger is, at this point, balanced over the rear auxiliary wheels. Without the kickstand, Evacu Trac could tip over backwards if not supported by the operator. To turn on a flat surface, press down on the handle and pivot Evacu Trac on the rear auxiliary wheels. Push Evacu Trac towards the stairs, approaching the top step at a right angle. In an actual emergency, you'd position Evacu Trac on the inside of the stairway to allow room for other traffic and to make it easier to turn corners at stairway landings. Push Evacu Trac forward until the front auxiliary wheels drop off the top step. At this point, Evacu Trac will stop. Lift the handle and incline Evacu Trac forward. Evacu Trac's brake is normally on. To descend the stairs, release the brake by slowly squeezing the brake lever. Descent speed can be slowed by reducing pressure on this lever. A governor limits the maximum descent speed to about 3 feet per second. When approaching a stairway landing, press the handle down to move Evacu Trac onto the flat surface. Pivot on the rear auxiliary wheels to turn the corner and align Evacu Trac with the next flight of stairs. Lift the handle and squeeze the brake lever as before. To stop on the stairs, slowly release the brake lever. This may be necessary to allow other stairway traffic to pass or to allow an obstruction to be cleared. When you reach the bottom of the stairway, again press the handle down to move Evacu Trac onto the flat surface. Then push Evacu Trac away from the stairway and clear of any possible danger. While still firmly holding the handle, lower the kickstand with your foot and tip Evacu Trac back onto the stand. In the case of an actual emergency, the passenger could remain in the comfort and safety of Evacu Trac until a wheelchair or other transport could be arranged. During these practice sessions, the passenger can remain seated, and Evacu Trac can be returned to the upper stair landing via the elevator. Repeat this practice drill until both operator and passenger feel totally familiar with the procedure. Then trade places to allow our assistant to become a proficient operator as well. Once you're both adept at operating, practice again with the disabled passenger who would be using Evacu Trac in an emergency. When the practice session is completed, unlock the handle, fold Evacu Trac closed, and replace it at the top of the stairway, ready for emergency use. Stop the videotape now and practice using Evacu Trac on the emergency stairway in your building. Repeat the practice drill until you, the backup operator, and your disabled passenger have confidently mastered the procedure. Aside from practice drills, Evacu Trac will be used in emergency situations only. Therefore, maintenance requirements are minimal. Descent speed has been preset at the factory for an average weight adult passenger. Evacu Trac will descend slower for a lighter passenger, faster for a heavier one. Descent speed may be increased or decreased, if desired, by rotating the track tension adjusting bolts at the rear of the machine. Details are in the service section of the owner's manual. Any possible maintenance problems should be referred to a qualified service person, your Garaventa dealer, or direct to Garaventa. Evacu Trac has been adjusted and lubricated at the factory, but should be inspected about once a year to ensure that it functions perfectly. Ask your dealer about a preventive maintenance agreement for your Evacu Trac. It will ensure reliable and timely cleaning and servicing and keep your Evacu Trac in top working condition. For reference, write the name of your authorized Garaventa dealer and the serial number of your Evacu Trac in the space on page 1 of your owner's manual. Please remember, for safety's sake, proper training of Evacu Trac operators is extremely important. Make sure all your operating personnel study this videotape and are completely qualified, and your Evacu Trac will provide many years of safe, reliable service. Please review any section of this videotape if you're unsure of any aspect of Evacu Trac's safe operation. One final note. Sometimes emergency evacuation can involve moving someone upstairs, say from a basement up to an exit level, or up to a fire-safe area. If you have such a need, ask your Garaventa dealer about the stair porter, a motorized stair climber that can go up or down stairs. If you have questions that you feel are not addressed in this video presentation, please direct them to your Garaventa dealer or call Garaventa's Customer Service Department at area code 604-594-0422. And thank you for your attention.